Test, 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 test.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Greta McVeigh, and I use she, her pronouns. I have the honor of being your worship associate this morning. Please take a moment to put your mind, your spirit, and your cell phones in worship mode. We welcome everyone here and online to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Roanoke, with a special welcome to those who are joining us for the first time. We hope you stay after service for coffee in the fellowship room. Let's take a second to stand up, to connect with everyone watching at home. For those of you online who wish to share your joys and concerns, we hear you. Sherry can't write, and so she asked that we postpone that for a moment. Our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that our church resides on the traditional lands of the Tutelo and Monacan nations and was later farmed and developed through slave labor. We recognize and respect the ongoing connection to this land by generations of Black, Indigenous, and other people of color. May our gratitude and fellowship here echo and honor that great tradition. Please join me in reciting our words of welcome. Whoever you are, whoever you love, however you express your identity, whatever your situation in life, whatever your experience of the holy, as you come seeking love, your presence here is a gift. Whether you're filled with sadness, overflowing with joy, needing to be alone with yourself, or eager to engage with others, all who welcome all are welcome here. And our covenant. We commit to supporting each other with respect and direct communication as we work in community to explore spiritual growth and to be a force for good in the world.
Good morning, everybody. Our opening music is hymn number 389. Oh, you don't have hymnals, but the words will be up on the screen.
Good morning. I am the Reverend Jen Raffensperger. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am honored to serve as the minister of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Roanoke. I'm glad that you are here on this sunny spring morning, and I'm glad that everyone online is here too. Hello. Our opening words this morning are an excerpt from God is No Noun by Dr. Glenn Thomas Rideout. God is no noun, and certainly not an adjective. God is at least a verb, and even that shrinks her. God is not so much a woman as she resides in the improbable hope of brown mothers. God is not so much a man as he is at work in the memory of my grandfather's laugh. God is not trans. God swims in the tears of the one who sees her real self at long last in the bathroom mirror. God is not black, neither is he white. God is waiting in the contradictions of songs from slave shacks. And I have seen God in the alabaster smiles of children at play. We're getting Michelangelo all wrong. God is not the bearded one surrounded by angels floating over the Sistine. He is not Adam with his muscled back pressing the earth. No, God is the closing inch of space between their reaching fingers. I'll now invite Greta to light our chalice as we join with Unitarian Universalist churches, congregations, fellowships, and communities all across the nation and the world in lighting the flaming chalice, the symbol of our living tradition, that it may be a beacon and shine in the hearts of all of good faith. So now we are going to welcome our new members. And Chris Yates of our Connections team, do you have the names of those who are joining us today?
Yes, I do. On a piece of
Put it
paper
right in front of
over
your
here.
face, Chris, like right in front of your mouth.
All right. We are introducing our newest members. Can you all hear me? Some of them are not here today. I'll call their names after I call the names of the ones who are here today. Emily Barnett, Rebecca Farmer,
Two.
Megan Johnson,
Everybody sitting all the way over there.
I don't believe David Lovegrove is here today. Kayla Western, not sure if I saw Kayla today. Regina York, I know you're here, Regina. There we go. And also Bonnie Rich, who is not here today, and Sonia Trotter, also not here today. These are our newest members. Carol, have you signed the membership book? Oh, come on up then.
Come on up.
All right, these are our newest members, and we are delighted to have them join our faith community.
Hey. Oh, I can put it down, or this, if you could give that to Jesse, actually. I have a few words, but Jesse can hold on to that. So, welcome, one and all, and of course, welcome to those who are not able to be here with us this morning. You've attended classes and had thoughtful conversations and have ultimately decided to sign our membership book and become a member of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Roanoke. And we are glad and grateful. Woo! Say welcome, welcome. So each week we recite our words of welcome together and our covenant. This week we're adding a little extra, and so there are pieces of paper in your order of service that have the part of the congregation. And if you could just take one of those and pass it down, I think there's enough. These are going to be your words of response, and if we need I think we might need one more. There you go. Great. So we have a few short words of covenant between our newest members and those who've been here longer and are ready to welcome you fully into this church. Each of us holds in our hearts many questions as seekers on individual paths. By joining UUCR, you join those who choose to collaborate, cooperate, and co-create in community. New members, do you covenant to share our Unitarian Universalist values, keeping the liberating power of love at the center of your faith journey? Now, if you will all please read what's on your sheet.
As free individuals, we enter into your covenant, members of the congregation, promise to mutual trust and support as you respect your universalist values.
You are all on it a little early. So that was this was them reading. So now you've warmed up. And now all together, everyone present, and if you didn't get a little slip of paper in your order of service or from the ushers, share with a neighbor. So now I'd like everyone else to welcome you all by speaking these words together. We welcome you as members of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Roanoke. We celebrate your decision to journey with us and promise you our mutual trust and support as we live our shared values. And now, Jesse.
So as Chris passes out some special things, I want to invite up all of the children of UUCR. And this one's just for the children. Come on down.
They all listen. Come on,
Come
Jackson.
on over.
Heck yeah. Come on.
We're actually not going to sit in front of them. We're going to go this way. Come with me. So something that we give you from the children of UUCR is your own chalice to take home with you. The candles in these chalices have been lit from the chalice that's on our altar up front and extinguished, so we're not handing you live fire. But these are your own chalices to take home with you as a gift from the children of UUCR. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to go grab a chalice and hand it to somebody and walk around. Don't make them turn around.
Jackson, could you give it to Miss Emily? Could you give it to Miss Emily? Thank you.
And thank you so much on behalf of the children for being here for them as well.
Thank you, new members. And with a final round of applause and welcome, we'll invite you back to your seats, and we will say goodbye with love to our children as they go up to class. So thank you, new members.
Our reading this morning is Boldly You Must Hang Your Light by the Reverend Julian Jamaica Soto. If I sent you a text, it would say simply, I have good news. Would you text me back? If I sent you a note on my very best note card, with a sticker and a postage stamp that said, you are not going to believe this, in a way meant to allow you to suspend some disbelief, not tease you for being skeptical, would you read the inside? You are used to casual mentions of the place where you belong. Faith, ethics, love in action. But what if more were possible? What if you had a sign? Garish, neon, bringing with enthusiasm the occasional blink and an ongoing bug zapper buzz. You are the oasis. You are the hospital for broken hearts. Whatever it is that keeps you shy, reserved, appropriate in telling where it is that folks can belong and grow back their injured hearts is worth a challenge. Grow unashamed at your own healing and connection. Grow proud of your diligence in keeping mutually dependent promises. Grow affectionate and supportive toward your community, even though it is imperfect. But most of all, be foolish for love, tender-hearted for love, and bold for love. Boldly you must hang your light, neon buzzing bright, and do not be chagrined when your lights blinks. It is a silent song of yes, you are welcome here. Boldly give your love and arrive at your joy.
Thank you, Greta. And in spirit of welcome, this is also Greta's first Sunday serving as worship associate. So thank you so much for being here and for that wonderful reading. One day, I stopped by the grocery store on my way home. I was in something of a hurry and I didn't need much, so I strode up to the door without pausing to select a cart. And then I stood there because the door didn't open. And I darn near walked right into it. The electric eye didn't see me. Was it my angle of approach? My speed? A glitch in the system? I just stood there looking at the door, dumbfounded, and mere seconds later, someone else walked up, the door opened for them, and I proceeded inside. It was the strangest feeling. There was a sense of invisibility. Literally invisible. Whatever sensor was supposed to open the door for people who approached just didn't sense me, and the door remained shut. Now, say what you will about invisibility as a superpower, and I suppose it certainly could have its uses, but that experience made me think differently about what it is to be unseen in the world, to be unnoticed, and especially to be unnoticed when others around you are being noticed and welcomed inside. And today, we've just welcomed our new members, and that's one of my favorite things to do. It means so many things have gone well, that a person has found us, and they've come to worship and to classes, and they've toured the building and the grounds, and they've met the people, that's us, and they've said yes to all of it. And that's not always easy to do. So I'd like to ask each of you to remember, just think in your mind, if you can, your first experience of coming to a Unitarian Universalist church, any UU church, whether it was this one or your first one was a different place. And if you were raised Unitarian Universalist, think about the first time you can remember going to something new within your UU congregation. Maybe a new class or a small group ministry or a new social event you hadn't attended before. So think about your first ever time in one of these UU spaces and think about that automatically opening door. How welcome did you feel? What was the thing that made you feel as though you belonged right where you were? I can share mine with you while you consider. The first time I went to my home congregation in Columbia, Maryland, I wanted to come in and simply observe. I did write my name on a sticky name tag, and afterward, I definitely put my name on the list to receive emails. But I came into the sanctuary just right after the service had begun. I sat in the back, and I left as soon as it ended. And part of this is because that I was weeping openly by then. And for me, my moment of belonging was seeing a woman leading the service. I knew intellectually that there were many traditions where women could be ordained ministers, but I had never sat in a worship service where that was the case, and that had touched my heart so deeply. I couldn't tell you exactly what that sermon was about or any of the readings that day, but I can tell you what I felt. A sense of relief, an aha moment of hearing, seeing, and feeling my own struggles with theology, community, and meaning-making shared publicly. I felt affirmed. And as you think about whatever that moment was for you, I'll invite you to consider something else also. What about the first time you were in your UU community here or somewhere else where maybe you felt unwelcome? There a sermon or a topic that felt not relevant to you, but possibly even off-putting? Was there a special program announced that you felt wasn't aligned with your personal values? Maybe it was just a time when people weren't particularly nice to you at coffee hour, or a time when people kept asking if you were new, even if you'd been attending for weeks or months. When we think about what makes us a welcoming congregation, in the general sense, not just the welcoming congregation certification that this congregation has committed to doing year and year again, which is very, very important, but when we think about the welcome in general, we have to think about both aspects of finding a place to belong. What it feels like when it's going well, and what it feels like when it isn't. Not out of any sense of trying to be all things to all people, we cannot be, and any attempt to do so will likely wind up feeling more shallow and less genuine and less affecting than if we simply live our values. The reason to consider when we feel welcome and when we don't is twofold. One, it helps us to gain empathy. We can be more open to the experience of others if they share that something we did or said felt a little less than welcoming. And two, it releases us from the pressure of perfection. We are simply not going to be welcoming to every person every time. It's not going to be perfect. If we let ourselves know that up front and consider it non-defensively, then we'll open to real, heart-expanding growth and learning. And perhaps if we can allow ourselves to stop expecting to give perfect welcome, then we can allow ourselves to stop expecting to receive perfect welcome or anything at all. Thinking about doing the work of welcome inclusively, open-heartedly, and imperfectly brings us back to today's reading. The Reverend Soto writes, "You are the oasis. You are the hospital for broken hearts. Whatever it is that keeps you shy, reserved, and appropriate in telling where it is that folks can belong and grow back their injured hearts is worth a challenge. Grow unashamed at your own healing and connection. Grow proud of your diligence in keeping mutually dependent promises. Grow affectionate and supportive toward your community, even though it is imperfect. But most of all, be foolish for love, tender-hearted for love, and bold for love." Your imperfect community that you love. And I love this poem, a blessing really, because it invites us to be evangelists. Now that's a word that may feel unwelcoming to some of you. And let me explain what I mean by that. I think that many people are leery of the idea of evangelization because of its association with certain sects or groups. But the etymology, the root meaning of evangelist is bringer of good news. If I am excited about something, a book I'm reading, a TV show I'm watching, a group I'm a part of, I tend to share that excitement. Hello, have you stood near me when there is a new Stephen King book available? I want people to be excited about Unitarian Universalism. I want people to share things that excite them about being here. I want people to invite their friends that they think might also find a sense of welcome and belonging here. Now, I think often that we conflate evangelizing with proselytizing, and that is not something I want to encourage. Proselytizing comes from root words meaning one who has come over. So proselytizing is about converting people to your way of thinking, being, doing. Evangelizing is sharing your joy about your way of thinking, being, doing. The truth of the matter is that we are a religious tradition that mostly grows because adults who are raised in other faith traditions or no faith tradition at all find us for one reason or another. We welcome new people like our new members today, and that is principally how we grow. And I never want Cradle UUs to feel left out, but I think that you all see it. If you were raised in a UU church and either stayed or came back, you know the sheer number of people who have found us later in their lives, right? So there is a favorite metaphor that I like to use to talk about Unitarian Universalism. We are like a rich and beautiful island with a broad sandy beach. Many people wash up on our shores. They are tossed about on the waves of unhappy childhood faith experiences, judgmental elders in different parts of their lives, lived experience of religious trauma and other trauma, and feeling like an outsider even as they earnestly search for truth and meaning. And of course, what people who wash up safely on the shore feel after a time in the storm is an overwhelming sense of relief and gratitude. Think if you were literally in a boat that went down in a storm and then suddenly you were safe. But after a time, it is my hope that our communities inspire us to do more, to pick ourselves up off the beach of our initial sense of safety and to move into the interior, to join with the others there who probably came to us on the shore with food and water and said, it's okay to rest here. But sometime we need to move up and join the others in finding and making the food and the lodging, the security and the community. That is radical, real welcome. Not just finding the safety of the shore of Unitarian Universalism, but finding a whole community of Unitarian Universalists ready to invite you in, ready to help feed you body and soul, so that you can then keep welcoming in the others who have found their way here from the storms of their own journey. This is the bold love that our reading calls us to. Boldly you must hang your light, neon, buzzing, bright, and do not be chagrined when your lights blink. It is a silent song of yes, you are welcome here. Boldly give your love and arrive at your joy. When you give welcome, you receive joy. We welcome you. We rejoice with you. We invite you into the work of this community and of the larger work of the community of Unitarian Universalism. Together, we will be the oasis. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be pretty amazing. So may it be. We come now to that time in our service each week when we invite you into generosity. The work and the welcome of this congregation is not possible without your loving support. Now the ushers will gratefully collect the offering. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jane Harrison from the Caring Committee, and we have many duties, but one of our duties is to share the joys and the concerns of this congregation. If you have a joy or a concern you want to share, you can let somebody from the Caring Committee know, or you can contact the church office, or you could write it in the Lifelines book, which is on the altar on Sunday mornings. We have a joy and we have a concern. The joy is, and we'll go with that first. This was written by Ann Hackworth. Reading Seeds volunteer Bonnie Evans reports that in March, after she and Gina Riley read to the young children at Raleigh Court Head Start, the substitute office manager stopped them in the parking lot and said, "She told us that what we were doing for and with the children was wonderful. She said they really needed to know and see that women like us cared about them." She went on to report that Gina and she were very emotional afterwards and made it even more grateful for the opportunity to make a difference. Now we have a concern, and Reverend Jim will share that with us.
Thank you, Jane. Dear family and friends of this congregation, I am very saddened to share with you that Kathy Overholzer, who was hospitalized a month ago, had a very rapid progression of a very aggressive cancer. She was admitted to hospice this week, and she died yesterday evening. Jim is being cared for. His family are nearby. They've asked that if you have some questions or things you'd like to know a little bit more about, to please reach out to John Shelton. I know Bert's also been talking to them about some medical questions. There will be a memorial service, but it's not going to be right away. They're going to take some time, and she is to be cremated. So when that memorial service is scheduled, we will, of course, share with the congregation. And a letter will go out to the congregation early this week for those who are not here today Please keep Jim and everyone who loved Kathy in your hearts and in your thoughts.
Please come share your joys and concerns that are in your heart using both sides of the altar.
So I was just informed by Celeste that our beloved board president, Gordon Malczewski, is home with COVID. So I'm going to light I was like, oh no, Gordon. So we're going to light a candle of rest and healing for Gordon. He's such a constant presence. And he was emailing me this morning and didn't mention that he had COVID, of course. So. And I would like to light a candle for anyone else who has experienced a loss that maybe didn't quite make it into the book That we just want to keep that in mind today. And finally, as I do each week, I will light a candle for all of those joining us online, and especially Sherry, thank you, and everyone online, thank you for your patience as Sherry heals up her broken wrist, and it's hard for her to get us the messages. So we will light this candle for your joys and sorrows and concerns that you couldn't share with us in words today. Thank you so much. And as a reminder, especially as we get into the warmer months when these melt, please start with candles in the back and fill into the front. I saw a few people having to reach over candles, and it makes me so nervous every time. It's just a little reminder, especially as we get into the warmer weather. If you will now join me in a time of prayer and of reflection. Spirit of life, sometimes we don't even feel welcome in our own lives, in our own families, in the places we used to find safe. We know that there is upheaval and pain and challenge to the idea of welcome in our communities and in our country writ large. But that space of welcome that is always within your own heart, the peace of that island, of that place where you feel the relief of being out of the storm at last. Cultivate that. Cultivate that sense deep down that we are connected to a larger peace beyond all of us and beyond all understanding. Allow your feet to root into the ground and your lungs to fill with the good air of earth as you continue to strive to be your own oasis of welcome for all that you meet. So may it be.
And now, as we draw close to the end of our time together, in worship this week, we turn our attention from within our own community and their joys and concerns, and we prepare to engage with the world in the week ahead. We begin with a few announcements. Right after service today, in our fellowship hall, we have our annual Share Fair. Here is your chance to learn about more ways you can get connected here at UUCR. You can volunteer and meet some awesome people. Here is a reminder from Jesse, our Director of Lifespan Faith Development. It's relevant this week and every week. Parents, if you have children participating upstairs, please remember to collect them in person immediately following the service. Also, for children 12 and under, please help them enjoy the snacks and the fellowship during the coffee hour by making sure they take only a few cookies and snacks. We want to teach our values of justice, equity, and generosity early on, even when it comes to cookies at coffee hour. UUCR will host its next blood drive on Saturday, April 19 from 10 until 2. See the latest newsletter in the lobby for a flyer for more information. Next Sunday is Easter. We will be having a short and simple sunrise service for prayer and reflection at 7 a.m. dark 30. outdoors, weather permitting. If it is rainy, we will be in the fellowship hall. Our youth will join us and have a special breakfast for us to enjoy after the service. We will still also have our 11 a.m. worship service where we will reflect on the complicated hope of the Easter story. After service, our annual Hunt to Help will be held for our kids and families to benefit the Pack-a-Snack program of Congregations in Action. You can still make donations up to Saturday the 19th. See this week's newsletter for more information. Now I invite Leah to come and give a board report.
Good morning. Your board met this week on Tuesday, April 8th, and we had a lot of things going on, as you can imagine. First off was our operational budget proposal, which we passed, and this will be for the new church year. July 1 is the start of our year. On June 8th, during the annual meeting, you will be voting on that budget. There were preliminary reports from the focus groups that you've all been attending, and for the Gem Cam, there's been a really high level of interest in the state of our building and the concerns and the possibility that we will have a capital campaign because we need the capital improvements. Already approximately 70% of our members, as of last Tuesday, had attended the focus meetings, which is a tremendous amount of attendance, and we really thank you for doing that. There will be more, so stay tuned. This is an ongoing process. The Bylaws Review Task Force reported some proposed revisions that will be included in this year's annual meeting packet, and that packet will come to you in the mail in May. The board has drafted an animal policy for UUCR. There was a notice about it in this week's e-letter, and we invite comments for the next 30 days. And there is a comment form available online, and or you can contact Gordon directly. Also, we had a visit from Ray Higgins from Roanoke Justice Ministries, and he introduced himself, let him know about community organizing in Roanoke and how we might enter into mutually beneficial social justice efforts with other congregations in the Valley. Ray will be a guest in the pulpit here soon, so you will hopefully look forward to hearing more from him. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you for reminding me that the board meeting was happening because I was on retreat during the board meeting and it was completely out of my mind. So thank you. Ray Higgins will be saying a few words, but he's not the guest in the pulpit. He's not like preaching, but he's going to be here at the end of April to give you a little bit of an overview and also take your questions. That'll be the last Sunday of April. So now I will invite Greta to extinguish our chalice, as the chalices in Unitarian Universalist churches and congregations around the nation and world are also extinguished each week, not leaving the physical light in the sanctuary, but leaving the flame of faith burning within our hearts.
Our closing song is, it says it's number 389, but just in the spirit of changing it up, it's not. It's What Wondrous Love, which is number 18. Please rise with us and sing. What wondrous love is this, oh my soul, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this, oh my soul. What wondrous love is this, what
just remain standing for our moment of benediction, we do give thanks and we do sing for all of the joy that grows within our hearts, even it is held by the complications of sorrow. We know that we are and can be and can find ports in a storm. So may it be. And now a reminder that don't worry, just because the share fair is happening doesn't mean there's not coffee and snacks. You can smell them. Please join us for all of those marvelous things and more. Thank you. That was great. That was a great reading. So thank you.
That sounded great to me. I'm gonna go get the toilet paper. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna head there and then I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'd be happy.